Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Age Mythology Replay. So on the left side is the blue Fuxi, we got Robozo, or Robooze. Either way, spawn as a red Zeus, we have Nod, which is not as great as Nod. I mean, I sort of miss Command and Conquer. You have the Peach Blossom there. And let's take a look at the major gods. Fuxi, of course, is focused on human soldiers and heroes. Has Yin Yang, switches between increased collection or increased human soldier damage. On favorite land, fast construction speed, as well as additional reduced costs for those military camp machine works on. It had access in the Hez and Classical Age, a unique hero. An additional legendary hero gets stronger each age. Unique upgrade here, Fuxi grants heroes celestial weapons, causing them to deflect extra divine damage. Looks like 1 divine damage, a couple except for Zaya and Yang Zhen, or however you pronounce that, which is 2. And increase or decrease the vulnerability for heroes, both for pierce and hack damage, to reduce the training time. So definitely hero focus there. Gotta love it. Most of the simplest things to remove, like daylight savings, can't be overturned. If America is also something governed by states, so Trump can't revoke it. You have to go through each of the state governors and then try to convince them to do it all at the same time. I hate daylight savings. And people just don't know why daylight saving even exists. It had nothing to do with involving war or involving farmers. It had to do everything involving artificial lighting, back when that was expensive. And back when we called lighting artificial lighting. When it comes to Zeus, Zeus is, of course, infantry and heroes god of power, starts favor, generates favor faster, myth units cost 1 less, infantry do additional damage for its building, and hoplites move 15% faster. With a unique upgrade, it gives them more heroes hit points and a little bit of health regen. Yeah, artificial lighting, back when it was expensive. Nowadays, you either, if I remember correctly, you either save or lose $2 due to daylight savings. And a lot of frustration. Let's see. Fuxi's, of course, more focused on heroes, which doesn't really tailor down any sort of set composition. Zeus focuses on infantry, so you can go for Hermes, which does improve cavalry, which could complement infantry, or go for Athena, which can improve hoplites for additional damage and range, with a bit of pierce armor. And Chinese tend to go for a lot of pierce range units, so it's probably best to go for Athena. While I am biased towards Ares, Zeus does not have access to Ares. And over here we've got Zhuan Nu. Gods of Wisdom Military. Provides advantage god power. The Quillen, a healing unit. Reduce training time. Or reduce cost of training guards by 25%. And improve their training time by plus 50%. Very nice. But overall pretty weak because it's the building itself, not the units inside of it. Recognize your fallen troops, spawn a new human soldier, summons a new human soldier within every 5 human soldiers, so you get a 20% rebate, not bad. Same spawning rate as Shades for Hades, which it's a bit of a flip of which one's better or not. Hades does get that for free, and equivalent upgrade. So looks like she's going for infantry focus, and we got also Athena here, so infantry focus. So both players may be eyeing for infantry. Wait, was that infantry human soldiers for her? Sorry, one moment. Human soldier, so it affects all humans. We've got the Quillen here. Norm the Minotaur. Anybody claim any relics? Pioneer picked up this relic here, which is increase the crush damage of siege weapons and siege myth units. Which in this case says the Tao Wu gets additional crush damage. So that's what's considered a siege myth unit. Not all myth units siege damage, just the certain ones. Pioneers here, glow is actually non-existent. Is that a bit of a bug? Sorry, just look, you can see Jason's here's glow. It's actually, I think it's a desert. Probably the desert's making it hard to see the glow of some of these myth or heroes, because the Pioneer is hardly glowing whatsoever. I guess not very heroic. You got the little man engaging Jason. 19 damage, slow attack speed, 220 health, 248 health, 9.9 damage, and slightly faster attack speed. So overall, those looks like same DPS. Am I reading that right? 9.9, 1.2 attack speed. 1.5 attack speed, 9.9. Somehow they have the same. Oh wait, no, that's a 6.6. I think I'm just going crazy. Nezha just got 2 divine damage. Very nice to have. A bit of eco phase. Red is posturing, but it's a great way. Posturing like this does provide a good defense. Don't have to worry about any counterattacks. Blue has a decent force here. Pioneer's a bit more of an anti-myth unit hero, but that little bit of divine damage does really help them out. Increase their DPS by almost 20%, which is quite nice. The Quillen does get bolted there. We got Dowel Swordsman here, the beefy frontline infantry unit, which has really no counterpart. It doesn't have high pierce armor like Destroyers or Ulfsarks, and it's like the opposite of Mermello or Ulfsark. Did I say Ulfsark? I meant Huskar when it comes to beefiness versus arrows. We got another Quill in the field. Restoration, a bold restoration there in the small conflict. Takes the Quillen very quickly. Hercules did bop it. And Nezha does inside the Sentry Tower. May want to get the Sentry Towers upgraded, the Watchtowers. And of course, it's not Team Fortress 2, so you don't have to fight against Sentry Busters. Number of Pioneers. Let's see, right now is granting weapon strength, so he has another 40 seconds before he gets a DPS nerf. We do have medium hoplites, maybe a little too early. Hoplites do cost 90 resources. This upgrade does cost, I think, was it 300? So I'm gonna make this and make them 10% more effective. So I'm gonna make this, you calculate how effective it is. Take 300 divided by 9, and that's how many hoplites you need on the field to roughly make it worthwhile. So I think the medium hoplite simply came a bit too early. Sky Lanterns flying about, of course. They have 5 health. Fire Archer's been plotted out, which is a anti-infantry unit. More Kafus do have Divine Books queued on up, as well as medium range soldiers. The Vanish ability is still available. Haven't really seen it being used too successfully. Just okay. Blues obtained chicken. Oh, looks like the chickens are no longer using a turkey skin for Thanksgiving. Though I really wish they would have made the caribou have red noses, or occasionally have red noses, as another festive skin. Right now, Fuxi has Yin active, so increased gathering rates may want to be not as aggressive, but having 10% less firepower compared to other Chinese factions who don't get the plus 10% firepower means it's just utterly ordinary at this moment in time. Zeus is not eyeing for Dionysus, give Chthonic rights, which improve the Hydra, and Skyla he may deploy on the field. Dionysia does improve all units' hit points by 5%, which is very nice. And Thorkian horses gave your cavalry a bit of life steal, which he is also going for medium cavalry and Hippus. Both players still have 1 towns at the moment. Dionysus has not started, it's very far away from gold. And let's see, what could Fuxi go for? Gomong or Nuba? Gomong provides the force protection, occasionally snaring units around a certain building. The Tao Wu is the siege unit. It's very slow, unless it's not. Metal Shrum. Let's see, that looks like a naval upgrade. Hooves of the Wind gives cavalry more hack armor, increases speed, which could make their counter units, the Prodromos and the Hoplites, less effective versus them. Charge damage and increase gathering rate of wood by 50%, not bad. House now functions as a wood drop site and summons a free tree, so you basically have easy, safe, infinite wood. Which is not that important, honestly. Rarely ever you run out of wood, but the games you do, that would be nice. Nuba, I don't think I've ever seen her selected. Provides drought. Target area to spread drought, which makes enemy buildings far easier to destroy and prevents all construction repairs. That's a pretty weak god power. Useful against a fortress or two, or maybe a town center. Tao Tai devours human soldiers with its special ability. Sounds like it has instant kill ability, and sounds about it. Let's see, increase gravel shield, increasing the armor, especially when standing still. Enables rock shield, which reduces hack and pierce armor when standing still up to a maximum 40%. That's not too bad. And plus 10% in generally, so potentially 40% hack and pierce, up to 50% hack and pierce armor. Or vulnerability, which is not bad. Not much armor upgrades for myth units in the first place. Nuba scorches arrows, bolts, and javelins of your ranged soldiers, allowing them to melt away your opponent's armor. Ranged soldiers enable scorching feathers, which reduces enemies to hack and pierce armor by 1% per hit for 5 seconds. Guesses stacks, and increase ranged soldiers' attack speed by 50%. Probably a decent upgrade for the Chu Canoes who have volume of fire. It's probably better to go for Nuba, but neither of them seems extremely good to me. Got a good number of Hippos here. Zeus has now aged up to Dionysus, getting more Hippos, more Hoplites. Yeah, Nuba is probably the better option. Get more capabilities for your ranged soldiers to counter his opponent's more infantry focus. Add a military encampment to here. Machine Workshop course can provide Shukunos and Fire Archers, and not to mention the siege weapons. I find the Axe Cart as a column set as really, really stupid. I hate that thing. 8 damage arrow is not too great. How expensive is that upgrade? Oh well, didn't check in time. Maybe I'll find another structure like it, like this one. I guess can't see how much it is. Oh well. He is going for the Gumong. You know, hoplites and hoplites there. One Hydra to be hailed. Zeus looks like he's not going too heavy myth units. Has one villager on favor. So he's not going to be granted too much favor this game. Pioneer, Fire Archer, Halberdier. Halberdier's a good idea. I suppose it is 8 damage times 2, which is probably the same as the Watchtower at the moment. We do have a dock here, maybe trying to get the free myth unit, most likely. Bronze has been summoned, vanished there to escape, but it looks like not only are camouflage, or since they're in melee range, they get revealed. Since camouflage is not really building the game, I don't really know the exact mechanics of it in ancient mythology. But taking a lot of free losses there does save some of his force. Another pull in there. More Fire Archers being summoned. Another pull-in. Does manage to fall back to the town center. Bronze still active. Gets inside the town center. Firing behind the town center, very good. Firing from near this watchtower once again. If it's coming around for a flank, some Thal Swords from there. Does manage to get his halberdiers up next to the advance. Very good. Pops out his ranged soldiers on the far side as well. Good micro there. This ground force starting to get ripped apart though. Maybe a little bit too many pioneers. Sure, he gets +1 divine damage. But I think there's maybe a little bit too many pioneers in the moment field. Looks like red was giving a bit too much run around, and blue does have a successful defense. 77 military units versus 40, 3.9k versus 1.9k forces on the field. So blue is very much ahead at the moment. Couple cool on the field, more Hippus there. Gumong research, copper shields as well. Halberdiers engaged in Hippus. Take on these structures. The red can just turn around and engage these forces. This force is pretty far away at the moment. More fire archers, more Quillen. Gotta age up. Yin is almost complete. Gang in 200 seconds. Oh wait, no, it just started. Green, it doesn't increase green bar, decrease green bar, so Yin has just started. There's Tao Wu there. Some of these monkeys are going down. Bolts the Tao Wu. That's probably a good idea. Take out a siege weapon as it's already hit the town center. Reduce your bolt. I'm pretty sure that was bolt number 2. The first one was on a Quillen. Bronze shields not being obtained. Since his opponent has large range force, bronze shields is a good idea. Hippus as well. The thing is, fire archers and pioneers are more counter units rather than standard units, so Zeus can just straight up go for his own Toxidays and fight them evenly. Poletas would be a good counter unit. My apologies. I think I saw Jason just got redeployed in the field. I wonder if the Peach Blossom's been consumed just yet. Peach Blossom's not being consumed. It's sometimes maybe a good idea to save enough favor to go for a second Peach Blossom. Because Peach Blossom's a god power you deploy out immediately and let it charge up resources. It is not a god power you want to redeploy later on. Could also be tested other resources as well. I'm sort of surprised I've never seen it just being stored, tested the gold, and get collected up later on when you need gold. I mean, that's what the players usually do in Age of Empires 4. The French has a landmark, special building called the Guild Hall, which people first give a task of food, then later on they task the gold for, and the extreme late game when all the gold is consumed. Oh, that's a lot of sky lanterns. You shall blot out the sky with sky lanterns. Replace the glowness of the sun with another glow. Let the villagers panic in fear as these fall down and not light stuff on fire. Just ignore the fire. That's a good number of Quillens. Has he got the upgrade of the Quillen? Doesn't appear to have gotten the upgrade of the Quillen yet. The Quillen upgrade, I think it's just a healing support upgrade, not a combat upgrade. Let's see. Increase our heal rate by 50% or area heal modifier rate by 5. And adds 5 radius to the max for the healing. So, not great. Skylights explode when destroyed. Damage nearby enemy units. Why has he not gone for that yet? I forgot that was actually an upgrade. He has not gone for that, so... No Sky Lantern bombardment. We do now have Gong Gong being queued on field, which will get the Flying Water Dragon, the Quilong. Zeus can either go for Hera or Hepatis. Hepatis, of course, buys the Colossus and the, what's it called? Plentyvolt. Hera provides a Lightning Storm and Medusa. Medium range soldiers not being queued up. Looks like Zeus is going to transition to some Peltas. Going for Ballistics as well. Sky Lanterns last 75% longer. I'm sorry we haven't seen this upgrade yet as well. That's an upgrade you want to go for early. Hippus push forward. We've got a number of high passes as well. Fresh Hercules here on the wrong side. He's going to take a long way around to start popping some Quillen. Red's army is starting to get cleaned on up. Zeus is just having trouble maintaining army. I wonder, can the Quillen's health regen stack? I guess it doesn't actually provide health regen, just occasionally heals. Interesting. But the age up there do have now the tidal wave coming on in, the Great Flood. Destroys a good number of housing immediately, so his opponent's gonna be a pop capped. And not a pop capped yet. But oh, no, he is. And being able to put a pop cap there is probably game winning. Destroys town center. Odysseus and Hypasus now attacking. There's a Quilong there. Has some range damage and a bit of AoE for his special attack, and only has range damage when it comes to his regular attacks. So it is actually will lose versus Fortress, may even lose versus Watchtowers, since it has no crush damage. Got some siege crossbows. Got some the Young Zaya, how you pronounce them. Poltas, heavy Poltas being queued on up. Does still have 2 town centers in the field. And has rebuilt the housing. Going to probably trade this space for a bit of time. May lose his town center as well. 72 villagers was a full 100. And he does have Ying active for damage. Bit of immolation there on the Peltas. We got some of the heavy tiger cavalry engaged them. They do get bones versus range as well as cavalry. They use hoplites to stab them. Champion cavalry being researched. Got a lot of research being queued on up. Giraffes being interrupted. Heavy infantry now being reached by Zeus. Doesn't have much military force in the field, so it's not really worth it. Backing on off, going for the town center looks like. Down south, Red has quite a bit of infrastructure here. And some farms. Zeus going for a good number of farms as well. Going for some high passes. Fighting against good number of pioneers, so anti-range is probably a good idea. Some Dao swords and mix on in. More Quilongs have now been put on the field. Cavalry heading down south, some exposed villagers there. Got this siege crossbow firing away. For some pell tests, Zeus has no favor, has quite a bit of resources, so you could actually age up. But hits the resign button, which is not quite understandable. Zan grade saying, thank you for watching, and on to next replay.